So far, everything is going great. I almost think this is digging better than all the other rows I've dug previously in the season. Back there where the cole crops are, that's where the row starts. Came all the way through here. Potatoes aren't very muddy at all, probably because we haven't had much rain, but they still will need a little bit of shucking to get some chunks of dirt off. That one's actually real bad, but it pops right off. And so obviously I'm out to here. The field goes all the way to that telephone pole down there, but we already dug some of that earlier on in the season. So it probably stops about, I don't know, 50 yards before that. So I got those potatoes finished up. Frank is now working on picking them up, which obviously that's a huge job. He can never do that all himself. Mom, myself, and Dave, my cousin, which you've seen in the greenhouses and different times in the videos, came to help so we could finish planting our garlic because Dad's at market today. And so we just finished up. Sadly, I didn't get to video it again, but if you want to see the planting process, you can go back in my previous video. It's all right there. And so anyway, everything went really well. We got 11.5 rows in, maybe like 11 1/3. I'm not exactly positive. But like I said before, if you're planting at home, you want to break those toes apart, and I'll show you right here. Like there's a bulb. When you get garlic, it comes in a bulb, obviously. And then in that bulb is toes, usually around 5 to 7. This is what a toe looks like. If you have your garden, what you want to do is break that apart, acquire your toe. Definitely figure out which end is the root side, which is this end right here, and place it in the ground about 2 inches below the surface. Oops. Make sure it is straight up and down, not sideways. Just like that. And then gently put about 2 inches of dirt on top. If you don't put enough, what's gonna happen is it could push back out of the ground with the frost. And if you put too much on top, like let's just say 5 to 8 inches on top, it might not ever come up out of the ground. So around, I would say 2 to 4 inches is ideal. And if you're planting any sort of quantity in your garden, if you want it to get at least to a decent size, you want to leave around 4 to 6 inches of spacing in between each toe. That way it gives it room to grow. I'm trying to find, oh boy, I don't know what happened here. What in the lightning? Oh boy. Oh, I guess it would help if I dug in the actual row. Okay, so right there's a toe, and we're not perfect, nobody's perfect, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of how we plan it. Okay, I accidentally dug this one up out of the ground. So this one was like right in here somewhere. Now that's going on like 7, 8 inches, but like I said, we're just kind of planting as fast as we can. Sometimes we miss, sometimes we drop one, and we can't plant them as fast as we want to. But ideally, 6 to 8 inches is what you're looking for to get ideal growth out of your garlic. So that's one big job done now. Now we're gonna move on to potatoes. Eventually, hopefully within the next couple of weeks, sometimes we get really busy and we don't get it done for months, but we are gonna cover that whole field with straw. That way, it kind of insulates it from the heavy freezes, or the hard freezes, I guess I should say, throughout the winter. And then in the spring, when all that new green growth wants to start growing, it'll suppress those weeds and just let the garlic pop up through. This planter is now done for the season. We can get this washed, greased, and put in our barn then for the winter. I'm gonna now pull this tractor back in the shed, flip those tires around, and get that back to my cousin, just like I found it. So I'm coming down here to the field right now. Out there currently is Mom, Frank, my Pap Hoffman, and Dave. They're probably about halfway through the row. It's going on 3 o'clock. Luckily, we're gonna have 5 of us out here now, including me, so we can move along pretty quick, but it is gonna be dark here within the next like 2.5 hours, so we do have to get a move on. I just cannot wait until this job is done. This has been going on for so long, and once we get this done, we'll have so much more time to get other jobs done around the farm that are important, especially since winter is very close. We're on the home stretch now. The end is not too far away. The potatoes are kind of like shucking really nice. The dirt's coming right off of them. So as we walk back to the wagon to start loading these, it just looks like way more than we normally get in a normal row. It's like it goes on forever.
And ever and ever. Now you have your swing, now you can go. Right?
So we just got back to the shed. The bins are all in the storage. We have about 15 or 20 baskets on the wagon here we're gonna put on the floor. And then probably tomorrow sometime we'll wash them.
Did you get some?
10 seconds. We'll have to wash these first.
Well, I don't know how cold it's gonna be tomorrow morning. If we can do that.
Because we're gonna need the road. Get her, Dace. First thing before market, Dad and I wanted to come out here and get some collard greens to take.
Are they crisp? These are monsters.
Mom and I are now washing these potatoes. She just got done washing the turnips without me. They look really nice. Guess I better get over here. We have a seconds basket, and then we have obviously a junk basket, and then these are for the perfectly good ones. That's too green and frosted, that's junk. That's good. This one's got a little bit of green on it. That's just a number 2. Here's another number 2. Number 2. To finish up the day, Mom and I came out here to the cauliflower field. We're going to try and get about 20 trays for market tomorrow because it takes too much time in the morning and there's a threat of frost and you can't cut it when it's cold like that.
Should I pull around the other side?
Well, these are small. Some are nice. I guess pull around.
Yeah, a lot of cabbage in this thing. Heavy.
All these are nice. They're just small. Those are nice.